This week on Cosy Art Club we're going to be looking at some collage and some mixed media just to loosen up and have some fun. So stick around if you want to be creating pieces of your own along with me. Hello and welcome back to a Kooky corner of YouTube where we are in for another cozy art date. It's looking a little messy on my desk at the minute, and that's because I've just flung a whole host of supplies on there. But I have a plan. I have kind of a plan, not too much of a plan. And basically I just fancied doing something a little bit relaxed. It's been a very busy week. It's been a very hot week. We've finally got a little bit of cool weather now. Hoping it stays a little cooler for a while. And I just wanted to have a little play around in the sketchbook without too many consequences. So to that end, I was scrolling on Facebook and I found a lovely artist called JAIME PFIEFFER-MAISURIA. I'm not sure how I pronounce it, but I will put a link down below in the description box. And she was doing some beautiful fruits and birds and all kinds of things, just using a combination of collage techniques. And I was inspired by that because I wanted to mix that up with some of the other things that I got. Some tempera sticks, I've got some chroma flow pencils, obviously I've got my glue stick, and I've got the distress inks that I bought the other week for backgrounds and such. So I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a little go. So let's find where so very briefly I was having a go at doing some fruit. So this turned into an apple, even though it wasn't an apple to start off with. So it's kind of like a suck it and see thing, you know, put down things and then see what crops up. So that one was a background of distress ink with some collage, and then I drew on top of it. I'd scribbled previously, and the scribble turned into an apple. So we're going to be doing a little bit of let's see what happens today, just because I don't want anything with any set outcomes, just for you to have some playtime, because that's what I'm feeling I need at the minute. So I presume that other people are feeling that way as well. So I've got my very little sketchbook. I've got my little Talons Art Creation sketchbook, and I'm just playing and seeing what comes up. So that was one of them, and then I started on this collagey bird. I think his shape was a little bit odd to start off with, but I was still enjoying it. So I'm going to continue along this vein, basically. So just grab out some art supplies. I've got some of my painted papers on the side there for collage, a pair of scissors, I've got a stick of glue, and just a variety of other things. I've also got some very dirty water and a brush just to sort of smooth out some of the distress inks and such. And let's just see what happens. So kind of wanting to do maybe another bird to get me into things. So let's start off with a different colour. Let's go with this orangey distress ink, and I'm just going to smoosh it on the page. I might add in another colour as well. That one's called Spiced Marmalade for anybody who might be interested, and this one is called Mustard Seed, and they kind of go together. In fact, all those four go together. They've been curated to go together. So yeah, I found JAIME's work to be very interesting. Obviously I'm going to put my own spin on it, but do go and check out her page on Facebook. I'm presuming she also has an Instagram page. If I can find out, I will leave it in the description box below so that you can have a little check out. So I'm just putting a little water to that ink just to give myself some background, like so. I'm kind of fancying doing an owl. You know, I always my brain always goes to owl when I'm thinking of things to do. But I'm just going to let that dry for a second. I've just got a whole, I literally just put my hand in the box and dragged out a whole host of these tempera paints sticks, which I love, and I'm sure a lot of you do too, because they are, as I say, they're a kid's art supply. But for working in sketchbooks and stuff, I think they're absolutely blooming great. I love them. And it just makes things so accessible. You don't have mess with them like you do with oil pastels and such. You know, you've not got to worry about them drying or anything, because they dry and they don't smudge all over everywhere. So I'm just going to lay a little bit of that down on top as well, just to add in some texture. Why not? There's that yellow one. They're just so great for adding backgrounds and stuff in. And the white is really opaque. I love it. Look at that. Look at the mark making you can get with that. Really cool. Right, I'm going to vaguely grab one of my pencils. This one's called Lagoon. It's a chroma flow one. I just want to vaguely get myself some kind of an owl going on here. It was cats last week, it's owls this week, and they kind of take turns in my brain. Soon I'm going to be consumed by dogs. Not literally, I hope. I do not wish to be consumed by dogs, like, just generally. It's it's just that Dogust is coming up soon, so I know that I'm going to be in the Dogust mood, drawing a few dogs. Okay, so I've got a vague owl. Now I've got some of my collage papers at the side here. So I kind of fancy, let's see, I'm just doing it, as I said, I'm just doing a see what crops up kind of mood thing. And if my lines don't match my collage, I'm not going to worry. No, actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. So in with the glue stick. I am coming to the end. Well, we've got the last few days of iCAD coming up, turning that the wrong way around. And I have enjoyed all the collage work I've done with that. Originally, I intended to do 1 week just of the collage. No, sorry, 1 month of the collage. That was my plan to start off with. And then I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do it for the whole of the 2 months. And that's what I've done. Some of the prompts have been a little harder than others to try and fit in, but I have enjoyed it. It's been I don't know which end to go from. It has been a challenge, and I have loved every moment of it. And I've been making up stories as well to go along with all the pictures that I've been making. I have no idea if this is going to fit. As I said, I'm just going in blind, just kind of measuring. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, I've got recurring characters well, I've got a pair of recurring characters that are cropping up, and I'm really enjoying them at the minute. It's a couple of werewolves, basically, or werewolves, who they're called Marcus and Gary, and one of them is has been a werewolf for a while. Gary, he's the older werewolf, or he's been a werewolf for longer. And they went out on a stag night, and I think it must have been a full moon, and Gary accidentally bit Marcus, and then Marcus is a werewolf, basically. And it's how they're trying to fit being werewolves in with their everyday life, and I'm enjoying the arc that it's taken at the moment. We've had them where Marcus has been suddenly without his trousers in the middle of the day because he's ripped them from being a werewolf of an evening. And yeah, it's very interesting how it's all turning out. The latest one finds them on the streets of the Dordogne, trying to find their way back to a conference. If you're interested, do pop along to Instagram and have a little look, because it's kind of crazy, but I'm having fun with it. Right, I'm going in with my hole punch here to get some eyes. Well, it's kind of cheating, but I don't care. I'm going to go for it because I'm going in with a devil may care attitude for these little collage pieces. For yours, you pick whatever thing that you want to have a go at. Birds are a good one to go with, as is fruit. So if you wanted to try like a fruity thing, you could go in with one of those and add in some collage and what have you. I'm going to go in with a tempera stick. I'm just going to just go crazy. Just go crazy. So let's get some little eyeballs in there. Do I want to add in a little more of this pink? Kind of do. Right, it's not going to be the end of it. It's going to be more. There's going to be more. Okay. So for his Tommy, I think I am going to go with this. Chop it up. Let's give him some feathered bottoms. Everyone likes a nice feathered bottom, don't they? I've got some scissors that would have done this for me, but we're doing the analog way. Okay, let's move those off the way. Okay, let's take that a little shorter. You can see I'm not doing any measuring at all. I'm just having fun, having a giggle, seeing what crops up. Let me take you in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing here. The desk is complete and utter chaos. But I'm not going to apologise for that because I am working on all kinds of different things at the minute. And so if I tidied it up at this point, I'd be getting it all back out again. And that would kind of defeat the object, really. So I'm going to cut myself some slack and just wait until I finish doing all the things that I need to do. And then I'll tidy it up. Okay, let's have some darker blue for your wings. So what have you been up to? I like to know what everybody's up to. If you're doing a project at the minute, let me know in the comments, because I do like to know. Inquiring minds like to know these things. So I have been really into watching the World Cup as well. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination a football fan, but I have been enjoying watching it. I like seeing all the other the countries play generally, but I have also been enjoying watching England play. So yeah, I'm also going to be watching the final tonight as well, and I'll probably have some artwork on the go at the same time, just because I like to keep my hands busy. I can't sit and watch something. The only time I actually properly sit and watch something is if I'm watching a film where it needs my full concentration. Otherwise, if I'm watching something where I'm not fully concentrating, then I need to have something to keep my hands busy. I don't know if that's a thing with anybody else. Maybe it is, maybe it's just me. Right, okay, so I want to add in some yellowy colour. Seeing what else I've got in my stash of papers. Everything but yellow. Oh, I've got some nice lettered stuff there. Oh, I could do the dot. Yes, that would work. So I'm just gonna cut around these. Yeah, that works. I've got another one there that I can just cut a vague circle from. So yeah, I've done fruits before in collage style. I really enjoyed that. So I might have to delve into that and do some more in this book, because it was something I really enjoyed when I last did it. Right, where's that lagoon blue? There it is. And I want to go in with that and add a bit of outlining. This pencil, well, pencils in general work fairly well over the tempera paint, which I'm forever grateful for. So not so much over the glue, which I've just put on there. Hey ho. Sorry if I'm rattling the camera's moving. I'm frantically scribbling around on here. Right, boy, you need some kind of a beak. So beaky colour. Looking through, I've got a little box of scraps. I've got my bigger pieces here, but I've got a little box of tiny scrappages in which I may find a beak. Oh, okay. I could cut a beak out of that for sure. Let's go with that. I don't throw anything out. So for anybody who's been mourning the loss of owls, you know that owls are always going to crop up at some point in time on this channel. It's a given. We will always have owls. I'm going to put some definition on his wings here. Now, what else do I want to do? I've got some of my Himi gouache here that I might add in as well. Why not? Let's fling everything at it, shall we? So I've got some darkish blue here. I just want to add into the top of there. It's such fun when you don't have any rules. You can just go crazy. I'm going to add some blue into there as well. All right, I think I'm going to define your eyes a bit more around the edges. Here. Use what you have. If you've just got pencils or acrylic markers or whatever you've got, it will all be great. We're just playing around and having some fun. Now, do I want to try and put you some white? Yeah, I've got some little white feet there, just because. And got some white feathery marks going on here. I'm sure JAIME uses a lot more collage in her work than I have done on this particular one, but I've really enjoyed the kind of the mixed media-iness of it. There's that lagoon pencil again. I'll give you some feathery ears. And oh, you need some marks for your beak so you can breathe. There we go. Yes. Yes, I'm liking you, little owlie. Right, what else have I got? I have got some fluorescent pencil. So I'm just going to bring some of that in around the outline. I'm going to throw all kinds of stuff at this today, just because. And I've got a pit pen here, so I want to give you some definition on your eyes here. The birds that I've seen Jamie do, they were more of the that kind of a bird with wings and stuff, so I'm not sure whether she's done owls before. That's the whole idea. You take inspiration from, well, we all take inspiration from the people that we see artwork. It's a thing. Nobody's totally, utterly original, but it's how you put your spin on things that makes a difference, isn't it? That's not sticking down properly. So making sure that you're putting your mark to things, basically, to make it your own. That's what I like about doing things like this. Now, do I want to go in kind of make that darker? I'm kind of scuppered myself because I don't think this is going to lay on top. Let's try a different one. I have so many different pens on this desk at the moment. It's crazy. Trying to find one that will work. Let's try this mangaka one. This looks like a likely. That's better. There we go. A likely candidate. I'm going to put some little bits on there. What else do I want? Oh, kind of always have a star in my sky. Or two. And you can continue playing with this to your heart's content. I suggest it's a really good idea to have a little book like this that you can just, it's kind of like your go-to book for when you want to play and just have fun and not worry about the consequences. You're not trying to create a masterpiece. You're just trying out different materials, seeing how they work together, having fun creating. And I think collage and stuff like that, and just digging in with any of your materials, it kind of does have that effect. I'll go back into my bird here. The glue is resisting on that one, and I should have a sparkly pen. I do. I'll give him a silver sparkle. Yeah. And let's draw some little plants coming up here. As well. Why not? I'm going to outline my stars. Why not? Let's do it. Just adding textures in. Adding lines in. A bit of mark making in there. And then I'm going to go back in. I find that working on a few at the same time helps because it gives me a break from the one I'm doing, and when I go back into it I can see what's needed. So for this one, in the background, I'm going to add in some of this beautiful fluorescent yellow. It mixes really nicely with those distress inks and gives a nice background. Kind of liking that. Where's my lagoon? I'm really, oh no, that's slate grey. Where's the lagoon one gone? Lagoon. Ah, there it is. shading on that side. There we go. So I hope you have enjoyed a little on-the-go collage with me, real time, just playing around with different things and seeing what you can get. Obviously I'd started these two previously, but we did the owl together. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'd love to see what you have a go with, just throwing all your collage and paint and whatever at a piece of work, a small piece. If you keep it small, then it's not going to take you forever, and it will give you a sense of accomplishment when you finished it. I could actually go into this with some stitching if I wanted to now, if I felt like it, but I'm not going to. Because I have got a lot of things that I'm stitching at the minute, so I'm giving my fingers a little break from the stitching. But if you've enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe. So I like to see those thumbs. If you get a chance, it would be great if you could hype this as well, because it seems to be the new thing. Well, it's not that new anymore, but hyping tends to help a little bit as well. And subscribing to the channel would definitely help. It doesn't cost you anything extra. There is no charge for subscribing. So if you feel like you want to support the channel a little bit that way, that would be awesome. And it costs you absolutely nothing. Anyway, that's enough from me from today in the Cozy Art Club at the Kooky Towers. I'll be back here very shortly with something else. Bye for now.